Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into a topic that, let's be honest, most of us would rather avoid. We're talking about the finances of caring for our aging parents. It's an emotional, complicated journey, and it's totally okay to feel a little lost.
So let me just kick things off with a huge question, a real gut check. Could you, right now, today, come up with an extra $100,000 a year for a parent's care? Just let that number sink in. It's a lot, and for most people, it feels downright impossible.
But here's my promise to you. That feeling of being overwhelmed, it's normal. But you don't have to stay there. By the end of this video, you're going to have a real, actual roadmap to turn all that worry into a plan you can act on. So, let's get into it.
Now, before we even start talking about money, we've got to build a foundation. Seriously, this part comes first. Think of it like building a legal safety net for your family before you ever need it.
And the cornerstone of that whole safety net is something called a power of attorney, or POA. What is it? Basically, it's a legal permission slip. It gives a trusted person the ability to handle financial stuff if your parent isn't able to. This is a non-negotiable first step, folks.
I love this analogy. A POA is like picking a co-pilot for the financial airplane. It's not about seizing the controls. It's about making sure there's someone you trust, ready to step in and keep the plane flying smoothly if the pilot needs help. It prevents a crash.
Okay, so you've got the legal stuff sorted. Now it's time for a little reality check. We need to talk about what this stuff actually costs and one of the biggest, most expensive misconceptions out there.
Remember that big, scary number I threw at you a minute ago? Well, here it is again. $108,405. That's the median yearly cost for a private room in a nursing home. I mean, wow, it just takes your breath away.
And you know, seeing a number like that, it just stops you cold. By the way, if you're getting value from this content, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It really does motivate us to keep making these videos for you.
Okay, so when you're staring down a six-figure bill, the big question is, who pays for it? And pretty much everyone's first thought is, oh, Medicare will cover it, right? But what if I told you that one assumption could be a huge financial mistake?
Listen up, because this is probably the most important thing you'll hear today. Medicare is for short-term medical care. Think rehab after a hospital stay. It does not pay for long-term care, help with eating or bathing. That's where Medicaid comes in. But to get it, you have to have very limited income and assets. They're two totally different things.
All right, so take a deep breath. We know the costs are sky high and that government help is limited. It can feel a little hopeless, but it's not. Now we get to pivot from the problem to the solutions. Let's open up the toolkit and see how you can build that financial safety net.
So here are the heavy hitters, the main tools in the shed. We've got things like specialized insurance, ways to use home equity, and of course, good old-fashioned savings. Let's just touch on a few of these so you know what's out there.
First up is long-term care insurance. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's an insurance policy designed for one thing, to pay for the exact kind of costs we've been talking about, from having an aide come to the house to living in a full-time facility.
And here's the pro tip on this one. Timing is everything. AARP says the sweet spot to start looking is in your mid-50s to early 60s. Why? Because the premiums are way more affordable then. Seriously, planning ahead here could save you a ton of money.
Next up, we've got annuities. The easiest way to think about an annuity is like you're creating your own private pension plan. You give an insurance company a chunk of money, and they promise to pay you a steady, guaranteed income stream. It's a great way to make sure there's predictable cash coming in every month for care.
Now, for parents who own their home, there's another tool called a reverse mortgage. This one lets them turn some of their home's value, the equity, into tax-free cash, and they don't have to move out. It's a bit complicated, for sure, but it can be a really powerful option.
Okay, we've talked legal stuff, we've talked scary costs, and we've looked at some financial tools. But you know what? None of it means a thing without the single most important piece of the puzzle, actually talking about it as a family.
So, how in the world do you start that conversation? Well, first, pick a good time and place. No distractions. And remember, you're talking with them, not at them. Make the whole conversation about their wishes, what they want for their future. And then you can tackle the paperwork together, as a team.
And that really brings us right to the end, to the question that matters more than any other. After everything we've talked about, what's your family's plan?
Because trust me on this, having any plan at all is a million times better than having no plan.
It's just taking that first step, starting the conversation, is the hardest part. If you found this video helpful in figuring out that first step, please hit that subscribe button. It lets us know we're on the right track. Thanks so much for watching.